What's going on, people? Thank you for once again tuning into my channel and watching my video. Now, we have seen the price of Cardano ADA retest that 50 EMA level, and in my previous video we did talk about two key levels to be keeping an eye on, and one of which was the fair value gap sitting between 72 cents and 73 cents, and the other key level was the 50 EMA, which was sitting within our fair value gap during the time of recording. Now, since then we have seen a sharp drop on our 50 EMA, and we've seen the price of Cardano ADA retest that 50 EMA, find rejection twice, and now it looks like we're on the move to the downside. Now, we are still currently tracking our wave 2, which is a corrective move to the downside, and we anticipated that our wave 2 would reach anywhere between 53 cents and 64 cents. And within our wave 2, I am currently looking at a potential WXYXZ setup, and we are currently within our wave X. And so just to give you guys an idea of what that would look like, it will look something like this, where we have a W wave, X wave, Y wave, X wave, and then a final Z wave. And so what we can do now is look at our targets for our wave X. And so using the Fibonacci retracement tool, so I'm moving this along to here. Now, our wave X will typically be a 50% to 88.2% retracement of our wave W. And so our targets will be anywhere between 67 cents and 70 cents, so anywhere within this region here. Now, as you can see, the current price of Cardano ADA is within that range, and coincidentally, the 50 EMA also lies within that range. Now, what we can also do is assume that our wave X is now topped off and try and predict where our wave Z will reach. And so once again, using the Fibonacci retracement tool, now our wave Z will typically be a 1 to 1.236 retracement of our wave W. And so we can anticipate that our wave Z will reach anywhere between 59 cents and 61 cents, so anywhere within this region here. And so, yeah, that kind of aligns with what smart money concept is currently indicating, which is currently indicating that there is a weak low at 63 cents. And in addition to that, we were overbought, and so, we do have some room to the downside. And so, yeah, it's going to be interesting to track our wave Z. Now, if I move over to the 4-hour chart, now on the 4-hour chart, we are below the 50 EMA and the 200 EMA, which is bearish. Now, one thing that did catch my eye was the 50 EMA, which is currently sitting at 73 cents. Now, if I move back to the hourly chart, now on the hourly chart, the 200 EMA is currently sitting at 74 cents, which is more or less in line with the 50 EMA on the 4-hour chart. Now, one potential scenario that could play out is we see the 200 EMA continue to move on down, and we see a breakout on the price of Cardano ADA. Now, we don't necessarily have to retest the 200 EMA at 74 cents. Once again, the 200 EMA could continue to move on down, and then at some point we see a breakthrough past the 50 EMA level, retest the 200 EMA, find rejection, and then continue to see moves to the downside. And so that's one thing to be keeping an eye on. And so, yeah, if I go back to the 4-hour chart, one scenario that could play out is the 50 EMA continuing to move on down. We see the price of Cardano ADA retest the 50 EMA, find rejection, and then continue to see moves to the downside. Now, of course, we don't necessarily have to retest that 50 EMA either. What could potentially play out is something similar to here, where we never really retested the 50 EMA, but continue to see moves to the downside. And so, something similar could be at play. Nevertheless, smart money concept is indicating that we do have a weak low at 63 cents. And so that further confirms that, there is some more room to the downside. And we also are reaching that overbought region. And so it is just a matter of time really before we start to see major sell-offs. Now, if I move on over to the daily chart, now on the daily chart, we are below our 200 EMA and the 50 EMA, which is again bearish. And we did see the price of Cardano ADA close below our 200 EMA for 3 consecutive days, which is bearish. And similar to what I was talking about on the hourly chart and on the 4-hour chart, it will be interesting to see if we retest that 200 EMA level, find rejection, and then continue to see moves to the downside. However, one thing that's important to note is on a stochastic RSI, we are now reaching that oversold region. And so it is just a matter of time really before we see our local low and then we start to see moves to the upside. So yeah, that's just my quick update on Cardano ADA. I hope you enjoyed the video. Now, if you're new, feel free to subscribe and give it a like. Take it easy, people. Peace.